test that theory, shall we?
About time!
But wait, there's more! Heat Blast! Begins now, animal!
I like this guy. I almost feel bad for what we have to do to him. Almost.
Who's this?
For Mungasaur!
Ultimate Swamp Fire!
Alien X!
Ultimate Big Chill.
Hey everybody! Did you miss me?
Such an expansive universe as seen before. It's hard to imagine how Ben 10 would have looked if it wasn't, as expansive as, aliens and whatnot. This is the original concept art of Ben 10, which obviously looks very different, and the show's perception was made to be Ben 10 could transform into alternate versions of himself as a superhero, such as this list right here, going from left to right, top to bottom. We have the stick-in for Wildvine, the stick-in for Stinkfly. I don't know who the one on the top right is. Below him, with the yellow face and the big black lips, we have Ghost Freak, Ripjaws. I don't know the other one on the right in the second row. Then we have Inferno, Strong Guy, Digger, Accelerate, and then Upgrading Grey Matter, which almost all of them made the cut, except for Digger because he wasn't exactly useful. But it's still interesting to see how these forms look. You should totally check out Mr. Kid's video on these because he does a far better breakdown of them than I do. But I did like this concept and I wanted to roll with it. So I would like to present to y'all some redesigns or not redesigns, but redone versions of some of these characters. I think I did Strong Guy, the Step In for Forearms, Gray Matters version, and I think one more. I can't remember who I did. Ripjaws, that's it. But enjoy them and then get ready for the big surprise I have coming. The way I see this fight playing out can go in a multitude of ways. Firstly, we have the original Ben, who I'm going to call Red 10. This was before he got revamped and turned into the Ben 10 we got. This would mean that Red Ben, or Red 10, would have the power to transform into a bunch of alternate versions of himself, such as superheroes. Superheroes, such as displayed right here. There is a giant one, there is a couple other different ones, however, the image is too blurry to properly digest, so we have to go with other concept art, such as this one. We have, I've already explained, but basically Wildvine, Stinkfly, I don't remember the one with the mushroom head, Ghost Freak, Ripjaws, don't remember the one below the one I don't remember, Inferno Forearms, Digger, Accelerate, Upgrading, Gray Matter. Basically all but these two. However, we can assume that they have somewhat similar abilities to the main Ben 10 counterpart. However, we also have to assume that they are different and somewhat weaker due to the fact of them being just alternate versions of Ben. Or Red 10, I mean. Red 10 would have great powers, but he would have nothing compared to some of the aliens that Ben would later come to possess. To put it simply, Four-Arms is a Tetraman, and all of them are aliens and have their own type of powers and abilities, and they're alternate races that are in their prime. Heat Blast, for instance, can go supernova. Ghost Freak can possess people. Diamond Head is actually made of diamonds. These aliens, I feel, would outclass the superhero ones. However, how would Ben 10 meet Red 10? Well, I can see it playing out like this. The Quantumania make a universe with the Argastimia Finimigast? Annihilarg, that's it. Annihilarg. The Annihilarg, and they drop it in, and that's the first universe. Well, it turns out crappy, and these beings called the Riders cancel it. No, I'm kidding. But basically, the Quantumania are like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to. And so they erase it, and while they are erasing it, the OG Red 10 turns into his version of Alien X. He's just as durable, and he would phase through and get knocked out. That was when the Ben 10 Prime, all that would happen, and the story would go forward from there. Well, Red 10 would come back, and he'd be very confused to why his universe is gone and why everything's different. And then he'd come to Earth and start being a superhero. However, he would eventually come to cross paths with Ben Tennyson, and then they would get into a fight, and Ben 10 would beat them, whether it be Classic or Omniverse or Alien Force or Ultimate Alien Force. We could even end up with Red 10 versus Ben 10, and them both using their versions of Alien X, and then Ben 10 or Red 10 using an Ultimate Alien X. The possibilities are endless. However, having them cross over is an idea that would be very interesting, and I feel like either one of their universes would be erased, they would have to go to Alien X, respectively, and then cross over, and they would fight, or one of them would mistake the one for another, and they'd try to track down the Quantumania, or Ben 10 would be like, hey, sorry about your universe, but we can't be messing with it, and then Red 10 would get locked up by the Court of Celestials. I don't remember what the name is, but that's what would happen if Red 10 or another way it could happen would be such as the Azimuth was like, you know what? Ben 10's had the watch long enough. Let's give humans a chance to become heroes, and this would be like the early stages of the watch, and it would come to him, and eventually it would go deactive because this kid was young and it wasn't ready for him, and he was abusing his power. He would grow as a person, then he would become different superheroes, and it'd be like the Justice League of Ben 10, except it's only one person, and then Ben 10 would be, and then they become friends. Well, that's just a simple way to do it. I'm naming this off the top of my head, but tell me what you think.